Hey, you watching this, welcome to the MoneyBru Show. I'm Daniël-James with DJM.Design. I'm here with Caitlyn and Sal. We did a deep dive in their start of their story and what everything looked like. Today we're talking about how to become a power couple, or what does that look like, or even what do you elevate in your own life to have that aspiration or achieve something that you're proud of, right? So it may be a story that you really love. We're also going to taste test the biltong you saw as I pulled the camera up, and that's going to be towards the end. We're going to talk about how you should interact with pup and boerewors, which you don't know what that means, but you will find out.
Yo, I ain't here for the money, I ain't here for the fame. Though it might be nice to own a jet plane, I'ma do it all for you. Come along and see.
Okay, so this is a really cool workshop we're doing. We are doing a bunch of stuff where it's going to be like an AI workshop, and we have concepts broken down. Like, one of the things I like to talk about is data, that you can take it and really simplify all your data and get an answer on where you're leaking or bleeding money or doing things like that. I want to teach you that. I want to go beyond ChatGPT, and I want to engage you with this. So this is a cool book that I'm kind of digesting for you, and I've taken a bunch of courses and YouTube videos and figure out what's the best, simplest for everyday people in business and marketing and in entrepreneurship and things like that. So come check it out. I look forward to seeing you there. We'll make it happen. Cheers, cheers. Okay, so power couple, you guys are a unit, you guys are doing it, crushing it, you're cool in the marketplace. How do we aspire to that, and what does that look like? And yeah, how would you answer that question, Caitlyn?
So, being a power couple, we do a lot of stuff together. We run our business together, we have a household together. So a lot of this is where we can help support each other in each other's passions and have a little bit of individual identity and get some independence. Nice. But then we're always coming together, and we're always refreshed and happy and ready to have our together time and support each other day in, day out. We're always checking in with each other. How's your energy today? Where are you at? You know, and not afraid to talk about it either. If we're, you know, good or bad. Yeah, good or bad, wherever we're at, we're checking in, not afraid to talk about it, and just highlight things for each other so that, you know, we know where each other's at every day. Yeah. And so I think, and, you know, and also being able to, you know, go in every day with our goals and our energy and just build each other up, and it helps with the overall main goal.
Totally.
Yeah, absolutely. I think the most important part about being a power couple that are in business together is really seeking to understand each other's passions, because it's your passions that make you an individual. And if you support each other's passions and that individual identity, then you feel good about it, because it's so easy for us to not feel, or to feel guilty about trying to give ourselves something. But when it's your partner that's supporting you in that, you feel like it's okay. I can step into that individual piece that is me, and I can have that. Then you get refreshed, you get to feed yourself, and there's just nothing better than having that support from your partnership. Because in all of the pursuit of business, it's like having a child, you know, it absolutely takes every bit of your energy and focus, and so easy to grow away from yourself. And before long, you're like, why am I doing all this hard work? What is it for? But if your partner keeps reminding you, hey, go ride that dirt bike, you need to go ride that dirt bike, or get in the gym and go spin. Man, it's like, okay, you're right, I need to do that. That's who I am, and that's why I'm doing this. But in all of that, you can't forget to come together as a couple and spend some, just unplug and spend an hour or two a week, just the two of you, just together, because it's really easy to start gaining all this independence. You're focused on the baby, which is the business, and now you're independent. You have the baby, which is the stress, the independence, so you can't forget to tie that all together with the togetherness.
Full circle.
And then the other babies, like if you had kids, you know, like people don't talk about this, and I'm sorry, you guys are gonna have to deal with my hair. I'm like alfalfa right now. I'm like, whatever, dude. I don't care. Okay, it's good. I was like, I just keep seeing this like trigger,
Just get a little water on
You know, when you go to school and your mom's like,
Yeah.
like, leave me alone. Like, come on, bro. But yeah, I've experienced this, and I think it's you forget. Like, I'm kind of where you were a few years ago, where I'm just like, man, I'm with the kids, I'm with the business, and it's like, okay, my wife's good at this because she'll like pull me out and be like, okay, stop, like, look at the thing from a big picture. Because you're right, we commit and we're like, oh, I need to provide, I need to do all these things. And in order for me to be a better parent, I need to put like limits on a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
And then
True.
allow my wife or your partner or person in your life to also have that time to do what they need to do, and not just be like, oh, okay, like you're with the kids the whole time, unless they want to be. And that's, being a good parent is, I think, much harder than being successful in business.
Oh yeah.
I want to say that because, like, I always love this analogy. So you have a family which is a glass bowls, right? And someone said this, I think it was Alex Ramosi or someone that he mentioned. You have your family, which is a glass. You have business, which is like a rubber ball. Then you have like your soul and your spirit and like religion, that's like a glass. And then the next one is like your health, that's glass. All of those can break, and then you have to try and put the broken pieces together. But a business, you can always bounce the ball back up.
Yeah.
You can like kind of let it do its thing, and then, okay, now I'm ready to bounce it even more.
Yep.
We're in this
True.
I think we're in this false like reality of like, oh, I need to do X.
It's a great analogy, yeah.
For me to feel successful, but no, I probably need to just slow down and embrace. Like, my wife is so good at, she's like a better coach than I've ever had. I'm always looking for coaches, but she's like the bomb. She doesn't charge me, she's awesome, right? But she's like, what's working in the business? Where's the cash flow? And I'm like, oh, dang, like it's right there. It's like with the clients. And I'm looking at these pictures over here, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
absolutely.
yeah, like, what is your experience, you know, like navigating kids and being there for them? Is that tough? Is that like, do you guys have anything on that you can add?
Oh yeah. Yes, we do.
For sure, yeah.
Absolutely, we do.
Well, Sal has 3 boys.
Nice.
21.
My youngest is 20. He'll be
Well,
21
he'll be 21
here
in
a
a
few
week,
days.
yeah.
Congrats.
So 21 or 20, about to be 21, 24, and 28.
Dope.
Yeah,
I love it, man.
yeah, and I think that it's never easy being a parent, and it doesn't get easier.
Right.
I think it gets
Yeah.
harder. I think being a parent and fathering adults.
Come on,
and
man.
young
You're
adults.
supposed to say it gets
I know.
easier, dude.
I wish I could.
Everyone's like, it gets easier, but that's good. You're not lying to me.
No,
You're
it
telling me
doesn't.
like the legit stuff.
Because the gravity of the situation as an adult, you know, is just so much more, and the impact
Yeah.
of their decisions is so much more. And you know, and then you trying to separate from them what society expects from them and what you feel like is a healthy expectation for them to have of themselves, you know, and so
good.
that gets more and more difficult all the time as the world,
Yeah.
you know, continues down its road, and so.
Yeah.
Wow.
It is, and there's very few things in this world and life that are forever, and being a parent is one of them.
That's
and,
awesome. I love it.
You know, I
It's a
mean,
forever, yeah.
and your business is,
Yeah.
it's
You're gonna retire one day.
yeah, you retire
Right.
one day, and you know, you bet,
Yeah.
but you'll never retire from being a parent.
This caught me too when I was having babies, and you know, you get in that frustrated state, and they're like, don't shake the baby and all this stuff.
Totally, that's real.
I just shake them with love, like really good, like love shaking, you know. And I try not to compare the difficulty between the 2 kids, because it's like I want to give them a fair like output.
Yeah.
The difficulty was still an act of love and labor for my first kid.
Sure.
It was super intense, high driver. I know she's gonna do funny things when she gets older. The other one's more like a deep well, kind of like you, I think. But this thing that caught me was they said that babies, their smell, and like if you interact with them, and I don't know if it's like the way that God like engineered this, but is as strong as like the addiction to cocaine.
Wow.
That's why people love babies, man. They're literally are like little cocaine balls.
I have to make a comment. I have to comment on that because
I mean, not when they're stinky.
well, I was buried in an avalanche in
What?
1995.
Oh my
My
gosh.
son was born in November, and he was born in November of 95. I was buried in an avalanche in February of 96.
Oh my gosh.
And I knew, I was a backcountry snowboard guy, and I knew that as I was being taken underneath this giant slab of snow, the first thing that I could smell was Desitin. I could smell my baby,
That's amazing.
and I just wanted to go home.
You're like, I need to live.
Yeah.
Wow.
But I knew I wasn't gonna live.
Dang, cocaine
I
baby.
knew in that moment that I wasn't gonna live, and,
Yeah.
but I did.
That's cool. Someone's
Yeah.
gonna steal my idea and go make like cocaine baby movie. You know? Did you see that cocaine baby?
I haven't seen it, but
I'm like, it looks so stupid, dude, but I think it's gonna be hilarious. Yeah.
I hope it's good.
Okay.
It's got a great name.
So let's switch gears. We're sitting around a campfire. We're with some South African awesome people.
Okay.
And they whip out the food and everything, and they're like, hey, this is pap and wors, and you have to explain what food it is. Pap and wors, at boerewors specifically, which I think you can take that one from German. So what do you think pap is?
Wheat.
Wheat. Okay.
Pap is like a pancake.
Okay. What's your guess?
I was thinking like a biscuit or something.
Nice. I've had people say, "Is that a puppy?" And like, no, it's not.
That'd be so terrible.
he's got it. It's basically like pounded yams with bratwurst,
Oh.
Okay.
and then we put like tomato and onion. Oh, it like melts.
It's a
in your
carb.
mouth.
It's
Yeah.
a carb.
It's a
Okay.
staple. It's like one of the biggest staples there. If you're African or you're English or Dutch or Afrikaans or you're one of the tribes, like they've always been eating that in Africa.
Cool.
So it's kind of cool, and people are not used to me talking like that, but in South Africa, it's like, what tribe are you from? Like, oh, I'm Swati, I'm Swahili. No, not Swahili. Americans always say Swahili, but that's like more north. Swati or Zulu, and like one of those tribes could come from 3 other tribes. And you can
Sure.
speak the
Wow.
same language.
Wow, it's very cool.
And then the English, it's like we did the same thing. You guys did in America. You guys just kind of came over and like did your thing. And it
Yeah.
was like, whoa, you guys are weird. Like, stop
Totally
taking
weird.
over. Like,
Yeah.
chill down. But
Yeah.
then the Dutch kicked them out, and the Dutch beat him, and then they got all egocentric, and it was like disaster.
Yeah.
So who knows if we'll keep this.
But a lot of good food.
So
probably
much
came
good
from
food.
that.
Yeah. The Mandela was amazing. I'll talk about him in the next episode because it's so relevant. We'll talk about the Mandela effect and what does that mean. We have to try this quickly.
Okay.
Yeah, I want to try.
This is South African beef jerky,
Okay.
and it's a little dry. I make it myself too, but this is actually from the store.
Okay.
So you can buy it. We have a website, Daniël-James Media /yuck2yum. It's a little dry. One of them is
I think it's
spicy.
very good.
The best thing about
Is it beef?
American beef, but South African ingredients
Okay.
or South African way that it's made.
I actually like that it's not overly salty.
and it's not. It is a little salty. It's not cooked.
I like it.
It's got less preservatives because it's salt, pepper, and coriander, and then brown vinegar malt that actually allows it to, go through its process.
Yeah, I like it.
1 to 10. Come on, yuck.
For beef jerky, I'm gonna put this at like an 8.7.
Cool.
It's really good. It's not hard to eat. I'm not like I'm chewing, like gnawing on it. And it's
thin.
not overly salty either because overly salty jerky is just so hard to eat for me.
She got the spicy one. I think you got the salty one.
Oh dang!
Try
Here,
the spicy one.
let's try.
I think it's this one. That one's spicy too. I got the salty ones too.
That one's a salty one.
Yeah.
This one's less salty.
It's a
It's
little
spicy.
saltier, but it's still not.
Okay.
I mean, I've had some salty jerky. It's still not that
What's your
bad.
yuck 1 to 10?
I like it. It reminds me of bacon.
Nice.
Honestly.
Okay, yeah.
It is kind of close to.
If I cook a lot of bacon, I've got some of the Ziploc
Yeah.
in the fridge.
Yeah.
I'll eat it cold,
Nice.
and that kind of reminds me of bacon. So I'm gonna give it an 8.
Nice.
Yeah.
I love it. Good 8s. Thanks for watching. Like, share, and subscribe if you enjoyed this. Definitely do that. And then catch us on the next show here. Thank you guys. Cheers, cheers.
Yo, I ain't here for the money, I ain't here for the fame. Though it might be nice to own a jet plane, I'ma do it all for you. Come along and see us.